Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Lord Wraith here, back again on the Friday nights, and we are back playing Space Engineers. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. I know I've been away for a week. uh, Easter break, I had a bit of a holiday. Back again. Yes, I know that some of you will probably be saying, "Oh, where have you been and what you been doing?" Basically, just relaxing, having a bit of a time out, getting my head back together. Mainly because the Twitch was a little bit upsetting about the fact that nothing much was happening. The channel was on the YouTube has been doing very well, and yeah, so it is time to get back into the salt mines, as they would say. So yes, let's jump straight into it and let's have a look at what we've been doing. So let's first of all, let's just get rid of the old hooders. Now, you'll probably, if you remember, before I left for my little break, we were working on a new ship. Now, this new ship is going to be designed so that I can play, or rather, it's going to be taking off from the planet. And the whole idea is that I'm going to build this in survival, with the express understanding that this ship, when it does get built, is going to be part and parcel of my survival world, and it's going to allow me to take off, go to various different planets, that sort of stuff. However, this is what we've been working on. Now, having said that, as you no doubt are aware, I've got this sort of like miner here, which is an atmospheric miner, which is linked to this drop ship, which in turn is linked to this bigger ship, which is going to be just purely ion engines, and it has the jump drives in it, allowing us to travel. As I was saying, however, we still got the new versions of the this is atmospheric ions and hydrogen, and it has a combination. It's smaller than the other one. It has a combination of the refinery and whatnot. And again, we have this one over here, which is the original hydrogen version. And of course, over here we have the first couple of versions of the Kronos. And then, of course, we still, as you can see, I've got very little bloody done. However, what I have done is I've started painting little buggers. So yes, I have been receiving a little bit of paint job. I've been taking some time out to just relax and enjoy myself. I thought that was really important. But as I said to you before we had the break, that these would be released purely and simply for, well, this one in particular would be released purely for the workshop. Mainly, I haven't really done a lot in Space Engineers for this last week or two. I have been working. That's been sort of like my little excuse for this particular week. Next week I shall be back, hopefully up to full speed, but we'll be doing one video a day at the very minimum on the EO YouTube. However, on the Twitch side of things, I'm gonna try and see if I can do a bit more streaming, but again, it will be during the day, so it won't be so much as during the evening time as we are doing right now. But I hope to improve the Twitch stream. I'll tell you that, I'll try that again. I hope to improve the Twitch stream during the day. It may help some of my followers who are over in the North American area be able to catch up with what's going on, and also obviously my European and or UK followers will be able to catch the stream at a later date, obviously from when it's been uploaded. So there you go, that's sort of like a little gist of what's going on. We have a long week to go. What I may concentrate on in my Twitch stream during the day is the building side of it and whatnot, getting these sort of like finished. We've got that one over there, we've got this one over here, we've got to finish off that one. There's that one over there, which is going to be the pirate hunter, I don't know which yet. And obviously we've then got to get these up and published as quickly as possible. Obviously, if you've been onto my workshop page, you'll notice there sounds to be a lot of uploading or updates, especially with the newer ships or these small shuttle type um, dropships, which have not yet been uploaded to the workshop. But yeah, we'll get on with it, and I promise I will get it sorted out and done. And that way I'll be able to clean this all up. Like I said, I am currently working on another ship, so if we just save that there, and we pop over to another world which I've been working on, which once this thing gets itself sorted out, thank you very much, and we go to large ship construction world on that. Now, one of the things I have noticed, and I'm hoping, I don't know if it's been successful or not, is the dev said, or the developers key themselves in the latest update of 1.180.2. The devs or XJAWS said they have sorted out the problem with crashing when you go to the game stream, rather when you're trying to go on to multiplayer, which has been happening to me. My game has been crashing out. I haven't been able to get into multiplayer as a result of that, and that's been causing some problems for me. So I haven't been able to do some multiplayer sort of like live world stuff. Now, if you look at this, this is another ship I'm working on. Now this is going to be both atmospheric, obviously all three hydrogen, atmospheric, and ion engines. But obviously there's still an awful lot of work to do on this ship. It might need some more atmospheric engines. It's probably definitely going to need more ion engines, and it's definitely going to need a hell of a lot of hydrogen engines and whatnot. But as you can see, this is going to be primarily sort of well, it's going to be a large ship, but it's going to be released purely to the workshop. As you can see, I've already started doing some of the smaller detail stuff. Excuse me. Yeah, this will eventually be released on the workshop. It won't be going into my live worlds or anything else like that, but it will be sort of like full live world or full survival capable, that sort of stuff, if you were mad enough and daft enough to want to build this in a survival world. But as you can see, this one's sort of like homeworld-ish, sort of like based on the homeworld type ships. I saw some and I thought, yeah, I would love to do something similar to that, and I've sort of like taken a very heavy inspiration from that side of things and whatnot. So yeah, that's going to be another. This will be eventually another ship that will be released into the collection, so you'll be able to see that. So that's that for now. So let's just save that. Let's get out of that. So what are we going to do today? Well, tonight I thought we're going to try, and I have set up, and I'm hoping this. There we go. It's crashing out. Let's try and get into history. Yeah, sorry guys. You will now notice that my game has just crashed. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We've just crashed out. Now, obviously, I don't know what Twitch is going to show, but one of the biggest problems is that once this crashes out, it's a pain in the proverbial. Now, this is one of the problems that I have been having with sort of space engineers. It does crash out, and it's seriously starting to become a pain in the behind each time it does it. Let's try and get into history before it crashes out. No. And you're seeing literally what happens each time I try to upload this game. You are seeing literally as soon as it happens. Yep. Yeah, it's just decided it's not even going to want to reload again. Are you going to reload? Come on, try and reload, please. Yeah, so this is what I've been faced with every time I want to try and jump into Space Engineers on the multi-server. It crashes out, and I am literally having no fun at all trying to get in to SE on multiplayer. So I've been sort of like left hanging, for want of a better word, which is a really upsetting thing, because obviously one of the big things is they're saying about multiplayer, they're saying about being able to work it and work with it, and yeah, well, let's give it one more shot. Favorites, history. Yeah, we've got it there. Now, as you can see, that takes a lot to try and get into. I can't scan the servers. If I scan the servers, the game will crash, as you've just seen twice already. Let's go into my new world. I've been working on this one. Let's just tidy up the back part whilst that's loading. Let's just tidy up the back part there. That's it. So if you wanted to talk to me or whatnot, we've got it. Yay! There we go. So let's just move that up there. Now, are you going to give me what I want, or are you just going to sit there? Yeah. Now, as you can see, one of the other things is we always seem to get in this low sim speed warning each time. Now, here's the question: are you going to? Yeah, you're going to let me in. Thank you. Let's come out here, and what have we got? Wow, what have we got here? Okay, now on this world, let's first of all let's go back into the cryotube. I do know that there are wolves set up, and one of the biggest bitch bears is the wolves are a pain in the proverbial behind for what they do. So let's 5, and let's see what damage we've got, if anything, going on here. There we go. Yeah. Now, believe it or not, what I've had to do, wow, that's really badly damaged. Okay. we let's get into that. We're going to basically need everything. Look at that. Wow, that's badly damaged. Okay, so we take, oops, I don't want that. Thank you. Do not want that, thank you. All of them. Let's take 100 of those. Okay, 100 of those, 100 of those. I have no idea whether or not this is thingies. We need probably, yeah, we'll probably need a full complement of those. Let's just dump. I don't think I need those, but let's just get as many of those as we can. Yeah, that should do it. Now, let's have a look at our ammo. That's going to be the big thing, the ammo count. Now, as you can see, I've got well, the 2 Gatlins, sorry, interior turret. I had these all at 100. I've got extra there. Let's do. That. We can just drop that back in there. That'll drop back in there, like so. Alright, so that's going to be denied because it'll want it. And as you can see, it's pulling the stuff through as it needs it. Right, so what it's trying to do is trying to make more ammo. So yeah. So we got 48. Now on this one, let's just get this repaired. Let's get some lights going. Now, as you can see, in this particular world, I landed. I didn't realise at first that the wolves were currently available. And one of the other problems is I've had to, oh, we need some steel and solar panels. Okay, steel and solar panels, right. Wow, that really has really taken some damage. This must have been away. Okay. Steel and solar panels, please. So yeah, so obviously it's been up to no good. Let's oh, we need some of those. Let's produce some more solar panels whilst we're here. If nothing else, just to get those buggers going. And yeah, are you going to produce them? Yep. Yeah, like I said, I decided I wanted to play a bit of online, and I wanted to do multiplayer. What I discovered on multiplayer is that I had to be very quick which world I jumped into. As you've seen yourself, it's become nigh on impossible almost to try and get into a multiplayer world without downloading a whole load of mods and going in that way, which has been a pain. So as I'm sure you can understand, I've basically been left with what I've got. One of the other problems I noticed with this is that on the multiplayer side of things is obviously I can't choose what I'm using, but the other problem is that the oh, look at that, good grief. Yeah, one of the other biggest problems has been that the guns will not turn off when they've been shooting wolves. So obviously when you're shooting a wolf and whatnot, they're out there, but the guns will keep on firing and firing and obviously draining out your ammunition, and that is not good. So what I had to do is I had to set up literally I had to set up timers, and what these timers do, if we go over there, as you can see the timers flashing away there, and what these timers had to do, they will run for 10 seconds. The first one, the bottom one you can see running right now, that will run for 10 seconds, and then it will turn the guns on and off and then reset them back to 0. So they will literally fire and then turn back on and back off again. Right, so what we need, I think, right now, if we just, yeah, we're going to need some more magnesium. And again, because of the way things are, we're going to need magnesium, yeah. So let's have a look. Hang on a second. Sorry about this. It's my mouse is playing up. Yeah. So as you can see, we need magnesium. Nickel is the yeah. So I guess I spent a lot of time sort of like just getting the base trying to work. Obviously because with the way things are, let's have a look at that. Yeah, we got ammo in that one. Yeah, so the way things are, look at this, multiplayer warning. That's, like I said, I know that they've been saying that they've been concentrating on getting things sorted, but good grief. It's still, every few seconds you get that low lag latency that tells you that there's a problem. Right, let's get magnesium. There's magnesium. And yeah, we get this low speed connection, and it is a proverbial pain in the backside. And this is multiplayer. So as you can imagine I'm playing in a world with 0 mods. I'm not too sure where exactly the server is, but wherever it is, it's caused. I can't do a lot of research because ever since the update, if I roll this back to 1.178 or 79 rather, if I roll it back to 79, I don't have this problem. I really don't. However, yeah, if I go on to the point 8, that's when the problem starts to raise its ugly head. So ever since the update of 1.0 and 1.81, and obviously now we're on to 1.82, 1.182, yeah. So now we're up to 82 or 182 or whatever they want to call it now. The 182, the 182nd update. Yeah, multiplayer access into multiplayer has become, yeah, to a certain degree, a little bit problematic, to put it mildly. So I'm still suffering trying to get in. Now, like I said, I like the idea of playing in multiplayer, as everybody does, uh, but getting into it in and of itself is problematic, which is not what I wanted. Now, I've still not met a wolf yet come dropping down into the holes, but as you can see, I'm trying to make sure that I'm not around when they do. They do. I know that wolves can climb ridiculous amounts, absolutely ridiculous amounts. I learnt that on another when I was online with my own game. Just how good the little buggers are at climbing. Really, really annoying. Right, I do know I'm probably going to have to get. Let's just go on to the assembler. I do know I'm probably more than likely going to have to get some uranium. Because I'm no doubt whatsoever that I'm well down on the uranium side of things. Let's have a look at what we got. Oh, 73. That's not too bad, but we better get some uranium anyway. So let's go to the old GPS. Let's find out where our uranium is. Uranium entrance is up. Okay, so there we go. There's another wolfie. Hello, wolfie. How on earth did you survive that? Now you see, he's not. He's dead. But as you can see, that's the problem. Wolfie likes to stand around and be available. Right, so what? Yes, we were looking for uranium. We have to get to our uranium entrance. How are we doing on the old? Yeah, we're 69%. We've got another bottle there. Nickel, silver, mag, uranium. Uranium's over there. I tried to park sort of like close enough. Now, obviously, I haven't yet built my miner. As you can see, with this low latency speed, it's going to be god awful trying to build a miner in multiplayer is going to be, I think, seriously problematic. Now, I have tried. I must admit, I have tried the fixes, dropping in, dropping out, that sort of stuff. I have tried all of those fixes. I have uploaded the latest netcode, all that sort of malarkey. I've done all of that, but once again, I'm not having any fun whatsoever. It's got to the point where I seriously don't know where I need to do or what I need to do. Obviously, because I enjoy Space Engineers so much, both playing it and reviewing people's ships, that sort of stuff. Obviously, I need to keep this thing as much up to date as possible in all aspects. Not least of which being that obviously it's been a simple case of I have to keep it up to date because of some of the great, well, if you like, scenarios, mods, and everything else that is coming out. It is doing a wonderful job. So it behoves me to keep on top of things, which is what I've been trying to do. But as you can see yourself, as you just witnessed yourself, without any sort of like messing about with me, yeah, the old multiplayer servers or multiplayer choices are causing a bit of a massive headache at the moment, and I do wish it would go away. I really do wish it would go away, because I'd like nothing better than to do that. But we live with what we've got. And we try and deal with it. So as you can see, let me put that away. One of the things I have learned is put your tools away after you finish with them. For the simple reason being, where's home base? There's home base. Yeah, for the simple reason being that if you don't and you do die, you lose them. They just sort of like disappear off into the Ulu. Even though you're supposed to drop them and whatnot, they still don't show up, which is a pain in the ass. And obviously with low speed, you've got to be careful. Look, he's still there, Wolfie, until the next one. There's nothing you can do about that. Look at that. I've just tried to go forward and couldn't. Right, so we've got our latest uranium sort of like in there now. So we'll just drop that. Let's go and get a bit more magnesium. Let's go and get a bit of iron and nickel. This is the boring part. This is where you said, look, oh God, is he mining again? Let's get on with the building and all this lot. Yeah, this is how the game is actually played. This is the boring side of it all. Do I want to get my thingies up, multiple refineries running? Oh God, yes, I would love to. But we have to get our priorities at the moment, and the priorities for me at the moment is, unfortunately, I have to have ammunition, because if I don't, the bloody wolves will eat my damn base apart, which is annoying. This is one of the reasons why I don't like the wolves being in the first scenario. Not least of which being is they're becoming a pain in the... I mean, the cyber wolves, the first time we ever got the wolves, the cyber wolves, oh, what a nightmare that was. I had to turn off block damage. First time I ever had to do it, I felt very much like I was cheating. But again, I had absolutely zero choice, because if I didn't, I would have lost everything the very first time I did that. So yeah, it was an annoyance to say. I mean, thank God they got rid of the blowing up, let's just blow everything up business. That helped. But yeah. Now, as you can imagine, I think there's just me in this world at the moment, and yeah, even I'm struggling with the whole bloody thing, which is a shame. Yeah, it is a real shame. There we are. With such a lag, real shame. Now, let's yeah, we're on there. Okay, let's drop that into the old refinery. Now we do have an arc furnace. I'm going to have to build a second reactor. Second refinery. For the simple reason being that I need to start processing materials faster. Also, I need to start getting the iron and the nickel together to build my first miner. Obviously, it's going to have some sort of defense on it to deal with our Wolvie, which is not a lot of fun. And again, once again, we go down, and as you can see, I'm sort of like well into the thing. Let's get rid of some of this. Right. I mean, we'll all say that one of the nice things is you're not killing yourself every 5 bloody seconds with your own tools now, which is always really, really nice, I must admit. That got very boring very quickly with the old, well, you're now dead, pal. Yeah, right, so we've got stone to get rid of, and we've got ice to get rid of. Well, let's get rid of the ice, let's get rid of the stone. There we go. We've got some either nickel which we can get at afterwards. That's home base, tools away. And hopefully if we do a couple of runs on the old iron, a couple of ones on the steel, sorry, not steel, the nickel, we will then be able to yeah, we'll be then start to be able to put together a now we've got an arc furnace around here. Where's our arc furnace? There we go. Yeah, if I do it right, we should then be able to build our first miner. Obviously I'll probably go with a standard miner, which I normally build. I might put an auto turret on it, I don't know. It's going to be a case of where I can actually fit one, because obviously the design does not come with a turret in mind. For obvious reasons. And we're going to have to take some stone, whether I like it or not. I'm going to have to get rid of some of this stone. That's something else I've noticed that's weird about this. Is that weird? I don't know if it's me or they're at a funny angle now. The astronauts, or the engineers, they seem to be standing at a weird angle. I really don't know if that's me or what. But yeah. So we got yeah. Disappears. Now I've got a hole somewhere which I dug, which I can dump the excess stone into. I think that's it. And it allows me to sort of do that. Boom. Yeah, there we go. It's my wolf hole, which allows me to just literally drop. There we are. Now I should be able to get back out. There we go. Home please. There we are. Yeah, like I said, one of the biggest problems is that I don't know where I'm going to be able to put the turret. I should imagine I'll be able to do a turret per se, but it's going to be a case of where can I put that turret that will allow me to do that. And obviously we've got the problem of which way do we jump. Now let's get that there. That's it. That's our thing that we picked up from Wolfie. We could put that there. Nickel can go onto that. As you can see, we're building up nicely. We've got 25. We're built nicely on the thing, but we do need a bit more nickel and a wee bit more iron. So we'll make this the last run on the old iron. I should feel confident enough that we should have enough then to start building the miner. And obviously once we get the miner going, then life should be a little bit easier, because what we're going to do after that is we should be able to build then our first escape ship. And I think what I will do is I will go with the new shuttle. Yeah, right, so Here's the question: how much stone did we just collect there? So let's. Oh, it wasn't so much, which is nice. Oh yeah, we should be alright on stone. Yep. Yeah. So we should then be able to mine at a considerably higher pace, and then we'll probably build our first ship and see where we go from there. But like I said, I want to try and do this in multiplayer. A little bit different, why not? Bit of fun. Just to get some multiplayer experience in. And obviously if more people turn up, then yeah, there's always a possibility you can earn some badges. But you never know. You never know in this under this game. Right. Yeah, we can dump that in there. Let's have a look, see how we're doing on the old iron. Now those can go into there because we don't really use a lot of those. Now as you can see, we've about 7,000 plate. Should be enough on that. Enough on that. Maybe some more of those, some more of those. Definitely more of those. Definitely more of those. And probably more than likely, definitely more of those. Reactor components are going to be an interesting part. I mean, we've got 100 there, but we're going to probably more than likely need more. And we will definitely have that ringing in our ears on a regular basis, where walls will be rocking around. Now, I do have welders set up at various points around here. Now, the idea is literally to help repair should old Wolfie decide that, now I've got to be careful of this. Yeah, the idea, and I have put it in just 2 corners, and the idea is just to sort of like stop old Wolfie from having a go. Now it should be alright, because if Wolfie turns up, there we are. Now we need some plates, so let's grab some plates, shall we? We'll grab 200. There we are. And like I said, the idea, if Wolfie does turn up, our guns should protect me. Give me a clean bill of health around this area. Now, like I said, I do have to be careful when it comes down to these 2 corners, because I've got welders sitting in the corner, and I know that if you get too close, they will zap you. So there shouldn't be any reasons why there should be any damage whatsoever into these 2 corners. No, good. Right. You know, it's like spiders. I hate the spiders just coming up on you. Right, so one of the first things we've got to do now is, as you can see, there's a welder's on that side, and there is a welder down there underneath there. So one of the big things now is, now that we've got that on there, what we have to do is we have to put in, obviously, as you can see, I've got my refinery there, which sort of like seemed sensible at the time, but now maybe not so. So there you go, Wolfie's knocking around again. So where did Wolfie go? Wolfie's over there. Oh, put your tools away, lad. There's Wolfie. And another one that is just literally standing there. I mean, nice enough that obviously when they're dead, they you know, with the guns flying around protecting you, shouldn't be too hard. Right, so we're gonna have to do a little wee bit of reconstruction around here, if nothing else, just to be able to provide for us a new place that we can link up to put a refinery, I think. So what I might do is move Right, now I need to be able to put a flat landing zone. That's the big thing. I have to do a landing zone now, and somewhere that so we've got. Now I do know. What about choosing here? Wait, I'm gonna have to be careful because wherever it is, the guns have got to be able to get at it. So we need. Yeah, this is what we need. This is this is where the problem starts. Now you see, these guns are above, and if I'm not careful, they'll shoot down into the thing. So I need somewhere that's protected. I mean, as you can see, they've already shot the shit out of two of these things. I've had to repair them. And I thought by putting them there they would be safe, but who knew? How are we doing? Oh, hydrogen, no, still okay. Right, so where to put another refinery? I think we can. How can we do that? Yeah, we can move that. Disconnect that for the time being. Put another one in there, and then on top we can create what? How are we going to do this? We have to think about it now. See, these guns have got to be able to reach all around. Yeah. Well, it just means cutting in there, but yeah. I think that probably might be the best answer. Come on. Right, so we'll 6. We'll cut into there. Like so. Now what we will need to do is cut this out. Now you may be asking, well, why are you cutting that? Well, I'm cutting that for a very simple reason. Because if I don't, it will burn the damn thing off. Now, what that also means now is I have to do this. Now, how are we going to do this? Because I don't want anything too far, otherwise it'll give the wolves a place to hide. So what we'll do is we'll do that, and we'll do that. Then we're going to do. Nope. Hang on a second. Let's get 6 out. Right, so I want somewhere maybe a little bit like that. A little bit like that. Maybe a little bit like that. Yeah. Again, I've got to be. This is where the fun begins. Now, no, let's bin this off. This is not working, and I don't like the idea of a hole in my wall like that. So let's weld this back up. Okay. Let's put that back in there. Thank you very much, slow sim speed. So we have that back in there. So now we can get rid of that. So now what we can do, Oh, this is awful. I need it higher. Oh, good grief. Oh, the rod you make for your own back when you have to think about these things. Ah, right. So I can't touch the timers. Timers are very important because they turn these gatlings on and off on a regular basis. I know. Why not just go up here? Yeah, go up here. Right. Because the wolves won't come up here. Well, they can't come up here, can they? So yeah, let's create that, and now well, obviously we're going to have to go at least one block up. Let's create. Right, so I want that there like that, that there like that, turn that way, that way, that way. Now, this is where the fun part begins. So now, as you can see, I just got forced up. That is now that way. That is now. Nope, that's not working. Let's fix that. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go. That can go that way. Come on. Pack it in with a slim. God, this is terrible. Now. Now, we're going to pull that off there like that. 3, 4, perfect. Because it's above, they only shoot down. Good. Right. So we'll do that to there. And we'll take that like so. That can go that way, and then that will leave then that that for that. Okay, let's fold this up, and we can get into it then. Now you may be wondering what I've just done and why. Well, I'll show you in a minute. Wow, getting dragged back. You know, they do say, oh, we fixed this, we've done this, we've done that, we've done the other. But by God, it's sometimes, you know, I wonder. You know, those people who play multiplayer all the time, you know, you have my utmost respect, because I find this highly frustrating at times. I really, really do. Yep, we need some steel. And whilst we're down here, we'll get the thing necessary for conveyor connection. So we need. It's a good job we're down here. Okay. Oh God, come on. Yep. We need some more bottles. So the first thing, let's sort out our bottles. So we've got plenty of hydrogen floating around. Right, we need some of that. We need some more of those. We're going to need a few of those. We're definitely going to need some of those, probably one of those, some of those, some of those, definitely some more of those. Oh yes, definitely some of those, and some of those. Let's take a few more of those, just in case. Cool. We'll load up on those. Oh, can't hurt. Right. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is finish off this, like so. Now you're wondering, you might be wondering why I've done this. Well, the miner I need, or the miner I will be using, has a particular thrust pattern to it. So this helps me avoid damaging things. It gives me the ability to step out. Thank you. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it gives me the ability to step away from certain things. Thank you. And then we'll need a 4. And as a result of that, I know that if I do certain things in certain ways, I will know for a fact that my thrust pattern from the miner will avoid then certain areas, or it will catch certain areas and it can end up damaging it. And that in itself, if you know what's going on in that way, you know then to avoid building in certain, like here, one bar like that is enough then to give me everything I need. Now let's get this done underneath. Thank you. Thank you. We can dig out that, so that can go 6. And yes, we know we can put a corner piece in there, like so. Like so. We can get that like that. Excellent. There you go. So that's that part done. So we know now we have placed the link up, and everything's ready to go. Great. So the next thing we need to build is the miner itself. Once we have enough iron going, once we have everything else, then we know that everything should be okay. Now the question is how to build with a small grid projector. I prefer to use the old rotor trick with the small head, for no other reason than it does simply provide better use of things. And yeah, it's just a much neater way of doing things. So first thing to do, let's get a small rotor, or rather let's get the rotor going. Now I've got it set up here somewhere with the piston next to it. Come on, where are you? Come on. Oh, must have been set up on the other one. Okay. So rotor, yeah, rotor on that. Fine. Okay, we need that rotor. Thank you very much. Let's 6. We don't need the head. There we go. And now we can set for the steel plate, which we can grab. Okay. Look at that getting pulled back all the time. Cool. We should be alright on that side of things now. There we go. Now access that. Oops. Come on. Access please. Thank you. So rotor. There we go. Small head please. In fact, before we do that, put the braking up. Add small head. Like so. So we can now weld it when we get close enough. Come on. Come on. There we go. And now we can add in our small blocks like so. Now you've probably just seen an example there of the weapons literally firing and then continue to fire and then suddenly having to stop. And the reason for that is the way I've got it set up. I've had to set it up, like I said, this is why I've had to put the timer block in, because it's been a pain in the backside. Otherwise, right, projector please, and yeah, and projector should have it set up on E04. So there's that, there's that. There we go. Fire that up. And there we go. So now, luckily enough for us on this, we do, I think, on this, we can, one of the big things we're going to have to do, let's see, okay, production, we're going to have to do some more of those. We're up to 76 left on that one. Shouldn't need much more than that. Now here's one of the biggest ironies, gravel. I don't know if I've got enough gravel in the system. Isn't that stupid? But hopefully we'll, yeah, look at that, we're missing gravel. How bad, as stupid as that. Okay, so let's just go to our inventory for now. Let's drop that there. Let's again, you'll have to excuse me, my mouse is playing up. Unfortunately, my mouse is a thumb mouse and it does collect dirt quite easy. I prefer, I've got to admit, I got used to thumbnails. I find it a lot easier to use. I don't have to scoop my mouse all over the place when I'm using it, which in and of itself is nice, but I think they were a great invention, the thumb mice. You know, they were great. They are, well, I say they are great to use. You could still buy them, but they have to be imported from Japan now. Now, what was I going to look at? What was I going to get then? Oh, yes, stone. Okay, yes. So let's just go to the stone. Let's just go to thingy entrance, and we can get some stone. Once we can get some iron, because we're going to need the iron anyway. So why not? So we can literally kill two birds with one stone. Pardon the pun. Oh God. Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. Yeah, two birds with one stone. Oh God, that is awful. Yeah, let's look at this. We're almost like we're on a drunken angle. Almost like we're on a drunken angle, which I find stupid. Come on, where are you? Look at that. Oh, this is acting awful. Maybe it's because it's a weekend, we've got more players on. Who knows? I'm not too sure, but yeah. Look at this. Definitely, definitely walking at an angle, I think. Yeah, we're full up, I think. What we got? We got stone. Yeah, we got. Now, let's get this stone back home before we do anything else, and then we can set our projector up, and we can start building our first miner. Which once we do, oh, another wolfie there. Yeah, once we get the first mine up and running, we should be then good to go. So let's get the stone into there, please. Thank you. And then where's the art furnace? Where's your art furnace, lad? There we go. Yeah, let's go see what Wolfie over there's got. Unless he's just done a disappearing trick. No, there he is. Wolfie! Wolfie, what have you got for me? Ah, now that's the other thing I've noticed. Way up. Wow. Up the as you can see, you can hear that the things are still going. That's another wolfie. What? Ah! Bastard! Disappeared off. Wolfie went flying somewhere around here. Disappeared. Bloody gits. Bush. Damn. Damn. Wolfie, you're hiding on me. Where are you hiding, Wolfie? Like I said, I don't particularly like the wolves active in the game. It doesn't improve it to me. If anything, if we're gonna have wolves, then here's the thing: set a number of wolves in the game. So in other words, you get X amount of wolves, and if you can find the lair and kill the lair, then it stops the wolves from attacking you until say such and such a time, and then more wolves move into the local area, and then you can go off and destroy that nest on a regular basis. That to me would be the ideal way of doing it, but the current way of doing it is a pain in the backside. Right, okay, let's move down here. Let's jump into our control seat. Now, I think, yes, there we are. We've got, whee! There we go. There we are. So home base. The one thing we do have spectator, which is nice, because it does solve a lot of problems. Right, let's get our miner up. So okay, so projector. Let's hope they've allowed us to do this. New miner mark 2. Okay. Yay! So at least we can project a miner, which is good. So, okay. Let's get our projector up. Okay. Let's vertical. Whoops. Forward. Vertical. Now let's move into here and let's see what we've got. So we want, that's what we want. Okay, so now I'm going to try something different with this projector. I'm going to say Um, keep projecting and show only buildables. It's a little something I want to try. I've never done it like this, and I'm curious as hell to see how it will work. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I can't make any promises, but it's going to be interesting. Right now, here we go. Um, let's get some hydrogen. Always keep your hydrogen topped up. As you say, I went out and I got plenty of ice, for the simple reason being there was no point otherwise not having the ice. I've got batteries there. I'm going to need probably 2 batteries. So I should have. Let's produce. Let's produce 10 more. That should help. And yeah. Now that should be in there, because we don't need that. Metal, iron. Let's go down to there. Let's grab that. Push that up. That shows us what we've got there. That's our silver. I can get gold anytime because I've got access to gold, or whenever I need it. As you can see, we're let's get 20 moved across to there. Let's get another 20 moved across to that one. Let's move 10 to there. Let's move 4 to there. Let's move 6 to there. Right, so let's move 6 more. Is 80, 80, 84. So 1, 1, and 1. That now balances that out. Great. Okay, well, let's get going, shall we? We know that we're going to need iron. We're going to need plenty more of those. So let's get 1,000 of those running right now. We're going to need probably a good 500 of those, or 400. Let's put them to the back there. And we got detectors. I think we got detectors still. Radio communications, we're going to need at least a few of those. No, we don't need 1,000 of those. Let's put 100 up for now. We'll drop that at the back there. Small tubes, we're going to definitely need more of those. Let's get 10 displays going. We may not need them, but it would be nice to have them. Motors we don't have to worry about. We've got plenty of those, so yeah. Let's load up now, shall we? And we can do the old routine. Oh, right, yes, we're going to need at least 1,000 of those. Now, I will probably need more cobalt before I'm finished with that, and more probably nickel. I've only got 2.8 cobalt, and they are very cobalt intensive then. But hopefully I will be able to upload when I start digging with them. Oops, don't need that many. Where did they go? Alright, so dump them, so we're going to need 100 of those. 10. We've got 10 of those, yes. 100, 200. Okay, so we'll just yeah, doesn't hurt. That'll do. Yeah, fine. Right, so like I said, this is a little experimenting turn to see what happens with building this bugger. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'm going to give it a shot. Not too sure I like the old white surrounding the thing. Not too sure if I'm impressed by that or not, truth be told. Right. Detector components, so we're going to need some detector components. So inventory, detector components. Have we got detector? I'm sure we have. Yeah. So let's. We should only need one, I think, on that. I'm sure of it. I'm sure it's only one. Yeah. Right. Ooh, I don't think I like this. The way it is. Doesn't seem to want to do it right. See, normally I set it out in a certain path, but I'm not too sure about that. Interesting. Very interesting, but not sure it's my cup of tea. Things disappearing from nowhere. Ah, right. See. Ugh. Right, so let's get up. We need displays on that. So we need to get some more displays. Drop 10 in there. We can top out on that. We're definitely going to need to top out on that. More of those, more of those. That's about it. Ooh, like I said, not 100% sure about this one. See, doggies come wolfing in. See, now, there. We've got a dog in there, and it should not be able to do that. Thank you. And again, you see, it's the if that's because Wolfie's there. Oh well. Right, so yeah, let's get back to this. Right, to components, we're going to be short on. Okay, let's get rid of those. We don't want them out just yet. Thank you. That's what I say. It's all fun and games at the moment. Ugh. I do apologise if you've been following me on Twitch. I seem to be a little bit left and right all over the place at the moment. I suppose what I'm trying to do is find something that's suitable for the Twitch view or for the Twitch stream. That metal grids for short off. Yeah, finding something that's suitable for the Twitch stream that can be considered long term. I think it is the best way to I can put it. For the simple reason being, you know, obviously you want to set up a saga that people can watch, people can follow, and they can say, "Yeah, I enjoy. You know, I'm enjoying that saga." And yeah, you want something that people can enjoy over a period of time, and it's like anything else. You know, you've just got to find the right niche. Once you find it, then everything else falls into place, I suppose. And now I know I'm going to need 40 of those. So it's once you do it, get it right. Yeah, it shouldn't be too much of too much trouble for you. But it's like anything and everything else. You've just got to find the right sort of thing for yourself. Now, that's radio communications, so we're going to need something. What have we got down there? And then once again we can get rid of that because we don't want that up. Yeah, radio communications, we're going to need 4 of those for this ship. Again, I'm very, very lucky in the sense that I know really to a great degree what I actually need. So, radio, please. Having built this ship on a regular basis number of times, I'm pretty confident in regards to what I need. So let's drop that and pick back up. We only want 1. Yeah, so I'm pretty lucky in the sense that I know really what is required. In this, having built it a number of times already. So it's a simple case of I can build it pretty much with great confidence, and know if I've got enough materials, that sort of stuff, to be able to get, build it, and when to build it and how to build it, without having to worry too much about everything. So yeah, that's one of the nice things. I think I can honestly say that is one of the nicer things. Yep. What's that? Displays. We need 3 of. Okay. Displays, please. Okay. Inventory, displays. Yeah. We'll put displays up there. And again, there's a wolf. Now, watch. That wolf is dead, obviously. So there you go. It gets turned off, and they get turned back on, and they just give it one final little trigger. But if I didn't do that, if I didn't have those turned off and turning back on a regular basis, yeah, the machine guns would continue to fire completely regularly, and I would end up in a situation where I could quickly exhaust all the ammunition in the old pot, and that in itself is not a good thing. Come on. So let's get these done. One of the biggest alterations I am going to make, I really should do this, I've updated this into the damn thing, but I haven't got around to doing it. I don't know why, but I do add a bar at the bottom, at the back here, in between. Oops, last steel cheese. In between things. Hang on, we don't need that on there. Yep, thank you very much. 5 slash steel tubes. See how we're doing on the old hydrogen as well. We're down to 12 on that, so we'll dump that bottle off. Pick a new bottle. We want some more steel tubes, please. Thank you. How are we doing on that? We'll pick up some more of those, some more of those, some more of those. We need a rack of those. I think that's the end of the glass. See it. Yeah. So can't hurt to have more of those. Yeah. Like I said, it's one of those situations where, as I was saying, that having certain things up in certain ways at certain times, there we go. Come on up. Yeah, it's very important to ensure that I have certain things running certain ways. I've just lost my train of thought. Oh, it's clever. It shows a sign of old age, I think. I'm cracking up. No, I don't want the drill thing. Thank you. I want my spotlight. Thank you. Definitely cracking up. No, I don't want you up and running. Thank you, battery. Not just yet. Thank you. Should do that. No, we don't want that. Oh, come on. We need motors. Okay. We need motors. Yeah, I've forgotten everything I was bloody gonna say. Oh, terrible, terrible, terrible memories. Shows I'm getting old. Oh. Yes, as I was saying, the wolves, without, if I'm not careful and I don't turn it off, turn the guns off, yeah, it can cause a problem. Right, yes, we need motors. Thank you very much. We're gonna have to put some of those on. We're okay on those, okay on those, okay on those. So some more of those, please. Definitely some more of those. Welcome if you've joined the stream. Lord Wraith. It's a Friday night. We're streaming as usual, and yeah, I've been away. I've had a holiday. I'm back now. I can't say I'm ready to go. Busy being working as usual, which is always fun and games. Where are we? We are in a survival world. Now, as I pointed out earlier in the stream, if you haven't been part of the stream, one of the biggest problems I've been having is getting access into the streams. Sorry, not the streams, the server. That has been one of my biggest problems. I am currently seriously struggling, despite the claims to have fixed things. Yeah, despite their claims to have fixed things, I am seriously struggling in regards to getting access into multiplayer. I don't know why. I don't know what's caused it. I do know that this has been ongoing since the update 8.0, 8.1 and 8.2. It has not got better. Obviously, as normal, it's been a case of they say, oh, we fixed it, and they've done bugger all to sort the problem out, which in and of itself is nothing unusual. Keen's idea of sorting the problem out is generally, we've sorted it. Have you? Yeah, we sorted it. When? Well, we can't tell you that, but we did sort it, which is, I'm sure you can appreciate, it's a pain in the bloody ass. Oh, look at that, getting dragged back. So yeah, it's been a proverbial pain in the backside for me, because obviously I've not been able to get into MP. Because I've not been able to get into MP, I've been struggling in a lot of ways to do anything. Obviously, as I was saying earlier in my stream, it's very important, especially for, say, somebody like myself who does a lot of streaming, that I have access at all times, or I can get at all times access to multiplayer, because obviously there's going to be times when I want that access, either to show something off, to do a review or something like that, and I can't get into it. If you watch back on the stream, you will see my multiple attempts, or at least three attempts to get into MP, and falling flat on my ass as the game crashes out. What I've discovered is I have to be very quick on my controls, which in and of itself is a pain in the actual behind, a proverbial pain in the backside, to have to be that quick to get access. I shouldn't have to do that, but I'm afraid very much so that this is what I've been left with. There's nothing I can do. Come on, even this, as you can see, the way it's reacting right now, it's a proverbial pain in the backside right now. Computers. It's causing problems galore. They do say, oh well, we've sorted it out, and we listen, we say yeah, okay, and we discover that they've not. So where am I right now? I'm in a multiplayer world. I've managed to get into it, but I've had to be bloody quick to do it. It's a zero modded world. We are, luckily enough, right now, we're in the process of where we are finally able to get enough materials together now to start building what we need. So now we are able to at last, oh, yeah, you're fully operational. Yes, we're now able at last to start building our first miner. Now, obviously, with the way things are in multiplayer, and the fact that it drags you down so quickly and so easily, one of the biggest bitch birds is we're going to have to be careful of getting ourselves waylaid. Not a lot of fun. But hey, that's, look, there we go. As you can see, there we are, just been dragged right back. That was not fun. As multiplayer tries to connect with the server from what the server's saying I'm doing. Oh, I need some energy. We're down to 22%. Yeah, so I'm sure you can appreciate steel tubes and motors. It's not been a lot of fun in some ways. I find it frustrating. I find it annoying, especially when you sit there, you watch the streams from Keen, and they say, "Oh, we've done this, and we've got this assurance, and we've got that assurance, and blah blah blah," and you're saying, "Well, hang on." You're trying to turn around and say you're giving me all these assurances that you've done this, that, and the other, and yet when I've tried it, when I'm doing it, I can't get anywhere. So what is the actual story? I was part of the stress tests that was done with XShell, and yeah, we had something, but it just seems that when you're playing on a server just recently without being part of the Keen software servers, there just seems to be massive problems all the time, which is not a lot of fun. As you can see, you know, you're trying to do things, and you're trying to get the game up and running, and as you can see yourself, you keep getting dragged back in different ways, and this, that, and the other. It's not a lot of fun to be around. I can think of better things, shall we say, that I would like to see done, rather than certain other things. But this is key. There you go. Another low sim speed warning again. And once again, there's enough all I can do against that. Let's get that one sorted. I think we're going to be more or less done on that. Yeah, that's more or less on those. It will just be reactors after this. Please just stop with the low sim speed all the time. That in itself is annoying. Oh, look at this, look at this. Wow, just keep... What is it trying to prove? Right, let's get some power going. We need to get that sorted first. Like I said, one of the other big things is on this world, for whatever reason, guns, turrets don't seem to turn off when they should, which is the reason why if you've seen it on my base, you'll see a couple of timers. And what I've got is I've got them set on a 10-second loop where the timer will work for 10 seconds, then it will turn the turrets off, turn them back on, and then literally start the whole loop process again. And that has been done deliberately, simply to provide the ability to keep the guns from running dry, as they would say. Right, now I should, we just drop them off and go. Now I need oops, no, don't need that many. 20, 30, 40. Let's get some bottles going. Where's me bottles? I want my bottle. Come here, you. Drop that off there. Let's get that in there. Now I want reactor components because that's really what I'm short on. Yeah, that's it. No, I don't need you up there, pal. Come on. Right, now if I go into there, yeah. So what have we done and why? Well, we've currently got multiplayer high latency connection. Good grief, there's only me on the server, for God's sake. Good grief. Just me on the server, and you're seeing this sort of reaction in regards to things. Absolutely stupid. Really, really is. Motors. Well, we got... let's get some motors going in there. Motors, please. Yeah. Yeah, so as you can see, a real pain. Low sim speed on server. What server are they bloody using this on this game? I mean, I actually went onto the Keen website, the Keen's own server, and even that was showing a low server. And they right now they're running, or they say they're trying to run 16 persons on a server, and they're using simulated persons and stuff like that, and it just doesn't seem to be working in any way, shape or form, because even when it's just, you know, if I'm playing online and it's on my own, yeah, great, but this low sim speed, that's all we seem to get all the time. Metal grid on that one. Only 2 metal grid, okay. Yeah, all we seem to get all the time, for whatever reason, is this low sim speed warning all the time. Let's take 5. Probably won't need that, but take some more of those. You can come. Yeah, that's all we seem to be getting, and it is a pain in the proverbial because of it. I've watched the game develop. This is one of the reasons why I keep crashing my ships. It's because of stupidity. Motors again. It's because the bloody thing nicked my motor. Okay. Yeah, wanna nick my motors? Let's load up with motors. Yeah, wolves. Blimey, that wolf is doing a dance. Right. So batteries. Let's get that battery one in. Come on, come on. Low sync speed. Oh, for God's sake. Please. I know that I don't, I think maybe this is one of the reasons why a lot of people um, I can understand to a certain degree now what Waste of Space and Captain Shack, how frustrated they must be when they are trying to produce the series and they constantly getting something like this low sim speed warnings all the time. And you're thinking, well, we're trying to put together a series. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've noticed obviously that at the weekends, like when when the last year or the last season when they were producing it, we were seeing an episode a week uploaded by all of them on the Saturdays, and it was great because you could follow it all the way through, and it was like, yeah, wonderful. Now you're lucky if you get anything, which is a shame because I understand that they are really now frustrated on a serious level um, because of what's happened. And yes, I can purely understand the feelings in the matter. How frustrating it must be that you want to produce a series for everybody, but you can't because every time you try to do something like that. Right, so let's take a look at our welders. Hang on a second. You'll have to excuse me. I can hear the welders going off. Let's turn them back on and turn it. Yeah, so obviously, they get frustrated. They think, God, why are we doing this? We're trying to do something, and the game itself is fighting us. And I should imagine really that when you get to that level, it's one of the reasons why I should imagine you probably say, why am I bothering? What we put a lot of hard work into the game. We try and show the game at its best, and all we get for our trouble is a lot of fight. And I think Keen have to really go away, and they really have to look at and say, what part of the game are we looking for? A three stroke, it gets worse with the game. The warning messages do not stop. It's every second. 12, yeah. I mean, you can probably just see the message that was there from another player who's in this, who's getting frustrated just as much as I am. Which, this is multiplayer. This is not how we envisioned the whole thing. We all know that multiplayer has to be the best. If you want a true good game, if you want to put your game on the site, or rather should I say, if you want your game to be accepted by everybody around, you have to make sure that your game is top notch, and doing that means that you have to ensure that the game is playable. If you don't, then what you end up with is a game which looks good, sounds good, but which at the end of the day is not producing, and that in itself can be inherently frustrating for the people who've bought the game. I mean, I do think it was a bit rude of them to introduce this deluxe edition when the game is not even out of beta. I think that was very rude and very wrong of them for doing it. It was just basically, well, are you short of money? You know, because if you're short of money, to say, you know, say you're short of money. I mean, we all know that the big games, the ones that are supposed to be, you know, the super duper ones, they can take multiple years to produce, multiple years to get ready, and they have teams of thousands or hundreds, should I say, whose job it is to get this thing together. Now the question becomes: is if that's the case, why? Let me see if we've got. Oops, I want a projector. It should be programmable and complete. Oh, bugger. Okay, programmable block. Where is the programmable block? Where is my programmable block? Without getting roasted alive. Bugger, 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 bugger. Damn, I think it's buried in the. Okay, can we take this out and no. Where's programmable block? Did I bury it underneath 30? Yes, I did. 5, right. I'm not going to lose that. I want that back up. Okay. So we can lose that. Displays. Oh, please. You're going to kill me for one bloody display? Good grief. Ah, frustration. Motor. Motor, how are we doing on the old hydrogen? Down to 31, we're not too bad. We've got another bottle. Please don't die. Right now, let's see how we're doing on the projector there. That should. Okay. Now. Projector. And we are complete. Great. Okay. Out of bounds projection. Yeah, right, lovely. Okay. So if we turn that off, and we can now turn that off. Lovely. So now we've got to put some uranium in. So let's get down to the bottom here. There we go. And we can drop off this for now. Yeah, that needs to go up there. The rest of those, and we are looking for uranium now. I'm gonna have to take the vast majority of that, so it's gonna have to be 80. It's not gonna leave much for that, but I have no choice. Now, the other thing I now have to sort out as well. Let's just turn the atmospherics off. On again. Okay. Let's get some of that going. Yeah, good. Right. Let's cut that free, shall we? Yeah. So 6 now should be. There we go. So we should now be free of this if we jump in. Thank you. Let's get that out. So as you can see, like I said before, now you can understand why it is the projection at the oh bugger. So let's get this. Right, now we haven't built the bottom part. I really need to get this seriously put onto the blueprints. I really do. Now you may be wondering what I'm talking about here. Well, I discovered after I put this bloody thing together a small little problem which I solved by doing this. No, whoops. Let's try that one again. Thank you. There we go. And 3. There we go. Like that. And 3 like so. So, and then we just weld it up. Right, now you may ask why have I done that. Well, it's basically there's a method in my madness for the requirement of it, not least of which being is it helps to allow the ship to sit on the thing safely. Now there we go. Right, now I am going to knock the engines off, but I won't lock it up, not at the moment. And the reasons why I'm not going to lock it up is because it is still sorting through putting the uranium into the various chambers or the various reactors, and until that is complete, it could cause problems by leaving me with little or no energy in the things. Right now it's sorting it out nicely. So in the meantime, whilst that's doing that, we can leave that like that. We can drop down here like so. We can put these back in the then with that, then with that, and what are we doing? So that's still producing, nice. Right, so why is that? Okay, let's get some bloody walls. Okay, I'm going to turn the welders off. Let's now again, this is one of the things I've found out. Oops. Well, let's turn them off. Let's get some steel. Right now, what I'm gonna have to do, because I know the bloody walls damaged it, we're gonna have to cut like that, cut that like that, and probably have to do the same here, but I'm hoping that not too bad. And now if we go up here, if we go here, right down here, and we jump in our little cockpit, and if we go to F8, bring on the lights, there we go, and we should now, if I bring up K, base welders, turn them on. And they don't want to turn back off. Okay. So let's go and find out what, if anything is going wrong here. Bloody walls. So let's find it. That's okay, that's okay. So again, you see that there we have the problem. These, come on. Like I said, for some reason, certain walls, once the dogs attack it, for some reason they will not go back to 100%. And they're a pain in the proverbial when they do that, because it just causes the welders to stay. Oh, yeah. And that's all simply because the bloody walls will chew at everything. But even though you've killed them, they'll still sit there and the damage will still get done. Paint, like I said, there seems to be some sort of bug still within the game. These are bugs that should be sorted out, because one of the biggest problems they're going to have, they are trying to compete against games, and I'm not being funny, but things like No Man's Sky. Now, I've yet to play No Man's Sky. I've not played it. But even No Man's Sky is starting to come in leaps and bounds, and you can go to different worlds, you can go to different planets, and once they get to this level where you can start doing all sorts of bits and pieces, can you really see people wanting to carry on playing this sort of thing? I mean, I would love to see No Man's Sky, and I'm sure it can be done on PC. In fact, I'm positive it's available on PC right now. Yeah, so you know, there's a lot of games out there which are base building, which are stuff like that, which, you know, can easily end up pushing space engineers into into a background that it doesn't want to belong to be honest with you. Oops. Which is a shame. Now, drills. Okay, drills. Now, why have we got no drills on that? Okay, some drills missing. Why is it missing? Okay, we can just do that. Now we're gonna go. And that should automatically, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so the problem being is there are games out there which can literally wipe the floor with space engineers, and if they're not careful, Keen could find themselves on the wrong end of wanting this game to be more than it is, but not providing the abilities to do it. It's all well and good having your own programs and this, that and the other, but if it doesn't cut the mustard, as the old saying goes, then that's it. Right, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to do a bit more offline. Thank you very much for being with me. Obviously, I'm going to load this up onto YouTube. I will be streaming again on Sunday. I'd like to thank you very, very much. We'll probably not be in this. I'll probably be somewhere else. I've got a lot of work ahead of me in regards to catching up on making some reviews, catching up on doing some building on ships and stuff like that, and yeah, setting things up for our proper stream on Sunday, because we do a Twitch stream which we're I do the Twitch stream on Sunday, which is a little bit dedicated. This Friday's a bit hit and miss, but on Sundays we have our own Twitch stream, or rather, I have my own Twitch stream, which is basically a survival world, and we take it from there. Right, so thank you very, very much for being with me. I hope you've enjoyed it. If not, I do apologise about that. But yeah, I will try to. I do try and make it as entertaining as possible for everybody who watches, whether it's directly or whether it's on catch up. And yes, I shall catch you all again on Sunday if you wish to join me. In the meantime, thank you very much. Have a good weekend. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you on Sunday. Please drop by. If you want to catch up on YouTube, please hit like, please hit subscribe. It does help me in the channel out. And I shall see you soon. Take care.